Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As recording time of 2:37 p.m. on the Eastern Time on Friday, August 26th. Hope you guys have a great Friday and a great week so far. Ethereum comes $1,548, down about close to 9% so far. Respect to over crypto market on Bitcoin right now is currently down close to about 5%, while the overall market on the altcoin side of the house, I would say across this board is down about 5% on the minimally spectrum to the highest level is down about 9% so far. So it's definitely a sizable sell-off that we're seeing across the spectrum. And on the equity side as well, I'm seeing across the spectrum down about 2.5% on Dow Jones and S&P, while Nasdaq's a little bit more severe, down 3.25% at the moment. And what's going on, right? Obviously, with respect to the kind of lukewarm inflationary data that came out this morning at 8:30 a.m. on the Eastern Time, combined with the negativity stir with respect to the 10 a.m. on the Eastern Time Jerome Powell's speech at the Jackson Hole conference today. Seems like the verbiage from Jerome is a little bit, I would say, aggressive. Let's just put it that way. And some of the key verbiage, the key buzzwords that I'm seeing, let's just look into it. It seems like a specific verbiage that Jerome says, like, we're going to be using our tools, I don't know what that means, forcefully to attack inflation that is still running nearly at the highest level in more than 40 years. I mean, dude, come on, really? Forcefully, huh? To attack. Like, a lot of, like, very military, enforcing type of vocabularies that he's using. In addition to that, during the speech, Powell also added that higher interest rates will likely persist for some time. I don't know what that really means. It doesn't really specify what time frame, but for some time conveys that there will be subsequent rate hikes that we should be expecting going forward. Seems like on the, just like with, logical inference, the 275 basis point rate hikes has not really worked so far. Seems like we might need to go up a little bit higher to 1%, or maybe continuously to rate hikes going forward. And he also mentioned that based on the historical record, which is the 275 basis point occurrences that we've had, he cautions that the Fed should strongly against a prematurely loosening policy. So that means they're going to be quite buttoned up and quite aggressive going forward. And that's pretty much on the high level. In addition to that, I'm seeing some news around cases spiking around monkeypox. So definitely look out for some of the stocks that are, the pharma stocks, the biotech stocks that are, correlated to monkeypox vaccine. Seems like there will be some official breathing that is going to be releasing soon. And contingent on, if there might be a lockdown or there might be some sort of a protocol from the governmental front, it should ideally see some volatility into the market as well. And remember, today is a Friday, right? So there's some weekend affectation as well. And on a technical front, looking at the chart in front of us, we can see clearly that this is a head and shoulder pattern, basically projecting in front of our eyes right now. You see the head, the shoulder on the secondary front, and Jerome Powell is basically prematurely, breaking out secondary shoulder today, causing the sell-off that we're seeing in front of us right now. So with that being said, let's just dive right into technical without wasting more time. Respective recording time of 2:41 p.m. on the Eastern Time. Ethereum comes $1,550, down about close to 9% so far. Right now we are testing the exact level on the 1550. And at the same time, we are also testing a resistance level on the RSI front as well at 41 out of 70. On the MACD front, you could see that we are, quite separated, right? So in terms of, is it a good time to be DCAing around this level right now? I would say, let me double check on the weekly front right now. So on the weekly front, you can see that clearly we have kind of crossed up for quite some time. At the same time, we are at the 41 out of 70. So maybe seeing some more sell-off in the weeks out as we approach, obviously, closer to September, with the, obviously, CPI report that's coming out in the first week of September, and then the FOMC meeting, and obviously some of the exogenous factor that we don't know around monkeypox, and obviously banks price adjustments for selective stocks, we should ideally see some negativity coming, right? In addition to the today's sell-off that we're seeing right now, right? It is negative on a weekly front. The daily front, it is it is being supported. So do we see more sell-off in the days out? I think we might come down lower to a 26 out of 70 all the way to a 20 out of 70. So that means seeing the next really substantive consolidated level of 1250 will not be a surprise for us, knowing the fact that we are forming the secondary shoulder at the moment. So that means more sell-off to complete the head and shoulder pattern is possible. However, on a monthly out, you could see that it's quite bullish, right? You could see that we have crossed down for quite some time, and we are quite depleted, right? So looking for a rebound, again, right, in Q4, logical, right? Because like Santa Claus rally and also the rotations and also window dressing among funds, right? Hedge fund community, right? Respect to Bitcoin down 4% so far. Let me just take a look at this on a monthly. Monthly is bullish because of the large separation and we kind of plateau. Weeks out we are quite flat, right? But on the daily, obviously we're selling off because of the fact that we had a red negative day on a macro front, not just specifically for Bitcoin but across the market. And right now you can see that we have obviously you saw the wedge that we formed and broke the wedge, so we kind of leaped down. Now we're just basically testing the prior level that we got down to. But do we see lower levels, right? I think right now we are testing again at the 32 out of 70. So ideally, if we break this, we're going to go down to 30 and we go down to subsequent level of 25 out of 70. So that's possible, but let me look at on a weekly front. On a weekly front, again, flat, right? So 20,000 is actually not a terrible idea to DCA a little bit, right? If you believe in this long term anyways. And then on the overall spectrum, just look at Tesla. Let me just look at Tesla because it's a good a good rule of thumb to understand what's the overall market looking like. So monthly looks quite bullish. Weeks out is quite bearish, which is matching with how Ethereum is trading. Daily is looking not terrible, but you could see that we ideally, this is quite like a wall that we're kind of consolidating above, but ideally seeing lower level as we cross down a little bit more to 250, right, would not be a surprise for us, right? So definitely look out for it. Again, right, it's quite comparable in terms of the technical front across the spectrum as we are shifting on to September. And again, historically, if you look at like historical observation, September has always been relatively red month. So seeing that again would not be a surprise, right? Combined with like more negative foreshadow around the rate hikes going forward, I think the likelihood of seeing a red month is quite likely, right? But as we get over that hump, we should ideally see some reversal from here. Okay, so that's the conclusion for this Friday. I mean, definitely a red day, and all thanks to Jerome. This was the show that we were waiting for, and unfortunately the results has been the way it is, right? All right, so have a good day and take care. Bye.